Okay, I'm back for episode 2 of my Flosstube. I've forgotten what date it is already. It's the 9th of July 2021. I have a mini WiP parade for you. Not a mini, a mid-year WiP parade. I think I have 50 WiPs now. I've worked on 26 since I last saw you, so I probably shouldn't do these monthly because I jump around a lot. I've also had 5 starts. Okay. WiP, they're in alphabetical order. WiP 1 is Australian Floral Sampler, which I started in May, and I haven't worked on it since last time. Exactly the same. Let's see in 6 months. Everything is still in its bags. Autumn study from Etsy somewhere. Harry Potter book and figs. Coffee. $28 count over 2. 2 over 2. Started the leaf in the corner. Into the tub you go. A gift from a friend. Balloon bear. He's not exactly cute. Maybe it's just the backstitch. He's cute so far. The cats are cute. I like the cats. Playing with the string. Dimensions Gold Collection Petite. Beautiful bird. That is glaring like nothing. There we go. Started this sometime in January. The peacock is back in a bit of the background. A welder cross-stitching kit. Bird bookmark. And backstitch cages. I've had this one for a while. Nice purple roses. My only Viscornia so far. Oh, terrible picture. Black Tulip Viscornia by Baby Riley. It's the top and that's the bottom. Some details. Oh, the back stitch is going to be in gold metallic. Can't wait. Just the start of one in the corner. Brunei, and Frozen. This one was the May start. On the fabric I dyed myself. Nope, never mind. This is the other one. Yes. They're both called Brunei. Mixed them up. I have a picture. This one's for my other sister. Yeah, it's better. Needle wind is really cute. This is the one I started in May. I have two older sisters, and one of them's obsessed with Frozen, and Frozen 2, and Frozen Fever, and Olaf. Okay, still in the bees. It's from Sporting Adventure, Stony Creek. It's a hunting magazine. But the animals are cute. I'm doing this one. There he is. We'll need the picture. So I can tell which way's up. Here's the deer and up the tree. Caffeine. One of my May starts on my coffee tea dyed fabric. Hasn't changed yet. A Tilton Craft. This is caramel macchiato. One of the Cordex. Daniel Cordex. .25 count 1/1 full cross. Nearly finished the first column on the first page. Red panda needleminder. My favourite animal. That one's from Ginger Stitch AU. You don't crinkle. You come in a bag. Vinyl bag that my curtains came in. my oldest one WiPs at the moment. I think it's the oldest. Cats follow me too, from Bothy Threads. I have 3 as well. I haven't started. The black cat with poppies. This goes nearly halfway done. This is the halfway mark. Cat's finished. It's finished down to like here. Except for maybe a couple yellows. And the flower buds. A new start since I last saw you. It's from Cross Stitch Crazy, April 2020, issue 266. There's 4 of these. I started the chickadee. There's his neck and the top of his head. It's a nice dark blue fabric. Bought a whole big piece of it. And cut it up. You'll see more of it later. Mill Hill Christmas Lantern. There you are. The ornament comes with the magnet since I last saw you. You should just have a bit of this done. I've worked up here. It's a lot like what it's supposed to. Yeah. My favourite WiP. My birthday start from last year. New Leaf Crafts. Hygge Stories? Oh, I don't know. I love this series. Really nice fabric to do it on. Suited it really well. As a bonus, is the first one, January's mulled wine. It's got my first French knots on it. My first lazy daisy. Couching. This is Kettle of Yarn. I love the little backstitch hearts. And the knitting needles. This is what they look like without backstitch. Yeah, macrame plant holder. The bead. The cat's holding a little mouse. This is 1/1 stitching. Because I'm doing it on 32 count. Countdown to Christmas. See if I have a good fur. I do not. This is most of them, except I'm missing the line down here, which is helpful. I started on number 1. I really like 32 count, especially over 2. 32 and 16 count. I'm nearly finished him. World of Cross Stitch. Do not remember which magazine it was. It will be inserted that way. Mill Hill Cozy Feet. I have a lot of A, B's and C's. This is the last one, I promise. I worked on this last night, so it's got more on it. So I worked up here. This is the top left. Now I can start working down. Kit. Few of my previous finishes. Already mentioned I like Pokemon. It's my favourite Pokemon from each generation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Finished this one in June. This is one of my new starts. Finished all the black. This is my absolute favourite. Ferret. It's a 5'11" ferret. This one, for whatever reason, is called Dinosaur, but it's a dragon. Needle Kung Fu. I had to restart this once. Made a mistake. Lots of mistakes. Couldn't figure out why. But here's the new one. The top is about the bottom. This is the start of his face. Mill Hill Fairy Garden. I worked on this too. Even put in a couple of beads. Little beads in her hair. I think they're supposed to be a hair tie. Super cute. And I dropped the bag of beads. Just hoping I'll find that later. Another new start. Well, I was very excited once I figured out what fabric I was going to do. It's a World of Cross Stitching free chart. I wasn't really that interested until I paired it with the fabric. Oh, a nice dark blue. This is October's. Michael Miss Daisy, November, Chinese Lantern, and April's Daffodil. Tiny decision which one I'd start. Gave me February. Cyclamen and Crocus. Trendy little geek needle minder. I have a red one too. Looks like blood. It's for a full coverage. Because of all the blood, sweat and tears I'll put into it before it gets finished. Gold Collection Petite Dimensions. Feline Love. This is what my sister's cats look like. The ginger one and the brown one. They're siblings. I had to restart them too. I tried to fudge and gave up. So I restarted. On the brick wall. Further on the older one. But I don't know where to go from here. Going in the bin. 2-inch fudge. I no longer like it. I don't like fudging anymore. I'll just rip it out. This one has about 7 stitches this month. Got distracted. Flowers. MCG Textiles kit. Bird of Paradise. My cute little bag that I got for Christmas. There's those 7 stitches I did. Mill Hill Gazebo. 100 leaves. This is the button. Cute little flower autumn leaves on the border. I have a snake in here and I haven't yet figured out where it is. Most of it's right. The reason I don't give myself deadlines. Gentle Hugs was for my sister's baby shower in November. It is now July. This is full coverage. And even if it wasn't, as soon as I give myself a deadline, I no longer want to work on it. The beloved 32 count over 2. She'll get it eventually. DMC kit called Growth Chart. Leslie Suzanne Davies. That's the full picture. It's quite long. This is the middle, right about here. So I've done some of these birds, some of these flowers, counted up to these flowers. Possibly up to this line. Just halfway. Little baby kookaburras. Yep. It's the bottom of the galah. Mill Hill hot cider. Done more of this. Stuff is on the definitely not butterbeer. Went around here, I've done this bit too. More of this. It's a lot of solid grey. I don't know what this one's official name is, but it's probably Mug Cozy. The magazine name says Hubble Bubble, so here it is in H. Hocus Pocus. I need coffee to focus. Also want a coffee tea dud. Glow in the dark needle minder. And a leather stitch in the dark. This project bag held my laptop. It's almost impossible to rip. Where I keep Ilex Forest. I've worked on this one too. Only a little bit. Got a long way to go. But no deadline. Make project bags out of anything. I've got my mail in this. Inside cats. Coffee tea died. Smells good. Hasn't changed. There. Still some tea leaves on it. Been making project bags this month. I made 4 so far. This one is one of my Disney dreams. Lady and the Tramp. Started in the corner. Gridded and counted my way up to the corner. Trees. Quite nice. It's got little red stitches all the way through it. Guess I'll figure out why later. I do love this lamppost here. It's all covered in flowers. Everything's got flowers all over. It's the 2 at the Italian place. The darlings with their baby. Another bag I've made myself for my letters from Hogwarts. This one's on a 28 count. Mystic fabrics in cabbage. I hope the colour will show. There it is. There's the middle. There's the front of my wand. Bottom of the castle. Practically a blanket. All four of my bags are in alphabetical order. This is another one I've made. I've only made 4 and they're all one after each other. This one I showed you last time. Count the Ways to Say I Love You by Linda Gillam. Love isn't always black and white. Said I'd focus on it in June. And I stitched on it once. But it's better than nothing. This grid's the size of the whole thing. A new start since I last saw you and my last project bag. The Jen Lee Crafts tutorial. Flosstube 23.5. I love the vinyl fronts. And the pattern on the outside. Because you don't know what's in it. And if it's just a teal. Clouds Factory 20 Magical Creatures calendar. Calls for Weeks Dye Works, or there's a DMC conversion for a couple of the colours. I've converted them to DMC variegateds. Started this the day after my last video, because I was having a bad day. I'm doing it on bright yellow. This is 4215. It's called Northern Lights. I think this one's 67. I think that might be 4040. Just the dragon's tail. There's the mermaid's tail in July. The June block. February. This is the tree in the January block. Here and up. Decided going across. Nurses, I like quilts by Stony Creek. My grandmother was a nurse and she quilted. It's very appropriate. It's got a threadworks in it, Hawaiian flowers, which I finally got a thread into. It's my only one on even weave. There's the Hawaiian flowers. These guys are fun. It's 1 stitch in purple and a full stitch and 2/4 stitches in green. You can't really travel on a fabric like this, so I'm glad it's over 2. So it's easier to pin stitch. My saviour. Ah. Ocean. One of my May stouts. I've done a bit more of it. Probably won't be able to tell what it is for a very long time without a picture. I'm sure it'll look good eventually. Another new start. Soda Stitch Birthstones. Mine is Peridot, which is August. But I'm not doing this one for me. It's for my niece, Opal. She has the same hair colour as me, which is closest to this one. So I've changed that. Might change the dress colour too, haven't decided yet. It's on a 25 count antique white opalescent 1/1. It's the opal on the star at the top of her head. It's a very interesting fabric. Feels very weird. And I like weird. This wasn't made by me, but it's cute. It's from Little Boat 88 on Etsy. This is Pastures New from a cross stitch magazine. That's about life size. It's 42 by 42 stitches. I've nearly half finished it. The sky's all half stitched, the clouds are mostly done. That one and that one. But the fence. Decided to torture myself on this one. How about Whisper for the sheep? It'll look cute when it's done. Nora Corbett's Prancer. I've used the water lilies since. And the Christmas Couriers set. I just had a bit of this red and white done last time. I've worked a bit further out. .32 count barnwood. Picture this plus. I hope you can't hear that in the background. This is the Umbria. Ah, interrupted. But I'm back. Nearly done. Cross stitch crazy kit called Pretty Swan. It's one of my earlier ones, so it's got a lot on it. I worked on this month. Just need the neck, back stitch. It's pretty much done. call it a cross-stitching kit. One of my May stats. Read and relax bookmark. Nearly finished the top shelf. Except for the back stitch. Spring bell call on 18 count end cloth, which is an Afghan. Still doing S. I have done more since we've seen it, because I really like this one. I finished the tulip. Done more of the irises and the daffodil. The grass. There's only a little bit left of the S. I'm rechatting a bit of the quote on it. Because in Australia we spell saviour with a U. Because we use the English spelling. Spring florals. Cross stitch crazy kit. Yeah. I'm down to about here now. There's all my packed threads. I have the felt flowers to go on it too. Just to cover up my stitching. I might be running out of memory. Probably am starstruck. Haven't done much of this, or any of it since last time. But here it is still. The button. Temperature typography. Stitching mummy. Sounds really weird. Doing mine on black, and I'm well behind, but it's not bothering me. A lot of very bright colours. Looks awesome on the black. Pretty sure it's 16 count. Mill Hill Tropical Hideaway. That angle. Haven't done any of this since. But it's still nice to look at. Mill Hill Violin. I am very close to finishing this. But I lost my beeswax, so I don't want to do the metallic without it. Finished all the stitching and all the beading. I've started on the gold back stitch. Very sparkly. Naden loves the violin. she likes it. She better. Closest to a finish. Home is where the cat is. By Janlin. Comes with a hoop. Tiny thing. Not sure what much is left. Backstitch on the cat. And then around the heart. Why are you backwards? Showing backwards to me. Not my project bag. Not one I made. With my own Fair Hands UK. Woodland Castle by Designworks. I'm working up here. Backstitching as I go. It's not full coverage because the sky and some of the ground isn't stitched. This needs frogging because I started in the middle and counted up and then realised I'd counted wrong somewhere. But all this is right. It's the second bird. This guy's nearly done. Last WiP. No cover picture on me. It's from World of Cross Stitching, possibly from November. Xmas Pudding by Stitch Rovia or Emma Congdon. On my oatmeal, 18 count oatmeal. B-U-D-D. There's a lot of backstitch in this. And it looks very nice. A very appropriate needle minder to go on a Christmas WiP. It's a little tin of Christmas cookies. And you can open it up and put what's in it. Well, that's it for my WiPs. Okay, the end of my video. I have some song recommendations. Because I really like listening to my music and I'm quite well known for having a playlist. Because it's NIDOC week in Australia, thought I'd give you 4 Australian Aboriginal artists. There's one I don't have on my iPod, but I know it's good because it was on Specs and Specs. It's by Dan Sultan. It's called Newel Newel Girl. And I'll try to link a YouTube video for all of them down below. Next one I want to do. Next 2 I want to do are Christmas ones, but they're still good. I like listening to Christmas all year, so only a little bit, not all of it. Christina No Island Christmas is a very well-known Aboriginal Christmas song in Australia. It's probably the most well-known one I have here. Another one also Christmas is Troy Cassadaly. He's a country singer, an Aboriginal country singer. He released one called We Want to Share Christmas Time With You about Australian bushfires in like 2009 or 2015 or something. It's very good. They're all good. And Mum really loves this last one. It's by Jessica Malboy. It's from the Secret Daughter show that she starred in. And she sung a song for every episode. And this one from season 2 with Jessica Malboy and Unipingo. It was a a cappella duet in the Aboriginal language. I don't know which dialect, but it's Amazing Grace. And Mum absolutely loves the song. It's very good. Anyway, that's all my whips. That's all I wanted to do. Hello from Perth, Australia. It's the middle of winter, it's cold. And hopefully I'll see you again soon.